Mellon University, professors have the opportunity to give a last lecture, which is a 1-hour summation of their wisdom and experience. When he was asked, Professor Paige, it was to be his real, true last lecture, because he had just been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and truly only had 3 to 6 months to live. However, his speech turned out to be more than just a professor giving a speech to his peers and to students and sharing his journey, as he reveals in his conclusion. Early in his speech, Professor Paige introduces us to the head fake, or what he calls an indirect learning method. These are not the obvious experiences or lessons that you gain from life experiences, but the little pearls that you take, the unexpected lessons. He explains, experiences is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted, and invites us to keep our eyes open in life, because head fakes are everywhere. As his speech concludes, Professor Paige reviews his main points and asks the audience, have you figured out the head fake? He shares that although the invention of this speech is for Professor to his peers and to his students, the head fake is the true last lecture that he gave, was to leave a legacy for his children, who were too small to remember him after he's gone. Professor Paige masterfully weaves the two inventions together, and that leaves the audience with a standing ovation, wondering or realizing that they have just realizing the significance of what they have just experienced. So now that I have explained the communication concepts, Paige will share with you the significance of his talk and the inspiration in his message.
The significance of the last lecture can be viewed in many different ways. We, however, interpret it as 2 different speeches. One, it was informative about life and the many aspects of life itself. However, it was also a persuasive speech, because he was persuading people to fulfill their dreams, and in fulfilling their dreams, they would fulfill their lives and live their lives. Randy Paige inspired us with his extemporaneous style of speeching, which we are all very familiar with in this class. When he was giving his speech, he did it in a way that the audience could understand, so he didn't have to come off as an arrogant or an intelligent person throwing out very large words that people can't even understand. Professor Paige used his extemporaneous style to inspire people because it made him seem like one of us. If he could lower his standards, per se, and speak in front of a class of 400 people, then in doing so, conversationally, those people could feel similar, and in turn, they could achieve what he really set out to persuade them to do in the first place. Paige also inspired us because his message was relevant to everyone. He spoke to all people, young and old, male and female, educated or not so educated. He did not discriminate his speech towards a specific type of listener, but he formulated his words for everyone. In addition, Professor Paige died in 2008, and his book and his speech, The Last Lecture, were so inspiring to listeners that even after he died, the New York Times reported on July 26th of 2008, it was then, and even after his death, that his book and his speech were still on the #1 bestsellers list. And lastly, Randy Paige was the speaker we chose because he's original. He's not the person you think of when it comes to public speaking. He's not the President of the United States or a past president. He's not the CEO of a big company. He's just another person like you and me. Now that we have told you about the significance of Randy's message, let's take a glance back at the points we covered. Today we have shown you why we covered Randy Paige and we discussed his amazing use of communication concepts, and we have revealed the significance behind his speech and his inspirational influence. So to all of you, we hope this presentation inspires you to reveal and renew your childlike wonder. And as time marches on, what imprint will you leave to the world you leave behind? And since this is our last lecture to you all, we want you to view him like you view us, after class. And these are some websites where you can find his speech, the last lecture. Thank you.